are live, dude.
Oh, hell yeah.
Welcome to the Buff Boys podcast. Matt Maran, Joe Gorman, our guest today, the Queen of Staten Island,
Oh, nice. The only female in Staten Island.
Ada Detski. What's up, Ada?
Oh, man, it's good to be here.
Yeah, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing well.
Yeah, you're the only woman in Staten Island that any of us have ever met before.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, we got a fellow Buff boy today.
Yeah, the closest thing to a woman on Staten Island.
There you go.
Bubs is absolutely smitten. I've never seen him so affectionate.
Oh,
with,
really?
Somebody ever.
I feel like you say that to all the guests.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing. That's my icebreaker.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I've never, that's insane. This is a traumatized cat normally.
Oh, my God.
You just come up to Bubs like, be affectionate today. You have
I'm
to
like, all
use
right,
my
buddy,
line.
you know the deal. Give him some catnip.
Yeah.
There's plenty more where that came from for a job well done.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah,
first
he's my bud.
First question, Ada. You think you could bench press more than Joe?
I think I could bench press Joe and
Yeah.
not much
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
How did you know my fetish right out of the gate?
I guess.
Yeah.
This
You
guy
are.
looks like, he wants the dumbbell treatment.
Yeah.
Dudes like that, man. They like it when
Yeah.
you're strong.
Yeah.
It's like a
if
whole
you're
new
kinky,
thing.
maybe
Yeah.
the kettlebell treatment.
I like it. I like it when a woman can protect me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like Kelly towers over me. You know?
Have you usually dated women taller than you?
Well, not by choice. It just happens, dude.
It's just most of the women in the world.
It's just like it's a percentage number where odds are, unless she's like a legal dwarf, yes, the woman is taller than me.
How tall is your wife?
my
Wife, girlfriend? I
your
didn't say
fiance?
my fiance.
It's a fiance. it's what is it like? Fiance is how French people say, but in America it's bride to be.
Yeah.
My blushing bride to be.
Is that actually? Do they actually?
No.
Yeah, I
Fiance
don't
is
know.
just like it's like we say it in America too.
Yeah.
I first heard it on Full House
That was the first time you heard
when
fiance.
Aunt Becky was engaged to
John Stamos.
to Uncle Jesse, and she was
Yeah.
like, "This is my fiance, Jesse." And he was like, "My fiance." I'm like, "Cool."
It's nice.
but-
They make everything French to make it fancy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's more legit.
Yeah.
A little culture to that.
Right.
My fiance.
Yeah.
Uh,
You're a tall girl, Ada. Do you ever
Yeah.
date? Have you dated guys shorter than you?
No.
No.
Nice.
No, I
Just
can't do it. Mentally, I can't do
Yeah.
it.
How tall are you?
Is it because we're short and disgusting, and we just look fucking childlike in our bodies? Like naked, I'm like, damn, dude, I just look like an overweight hairy toddler. Like I'll look in the mirror, I'm like, fuck, dude, this sucks, dude. Like I always thought I'd be like Brad Pitt, Fight Club chiseled.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
am I like, whew. But I'm like, it's like, oh god, and I know I need to exercise, but
That was
my
the-
god,
once-
every day.
Yeah, that was the. Once I started exercising, I realized, if you look like Brad Pitt chiseled, you put a shirt on and no one can tell you work out, and I
Yeah.
don't really like that. But then the other option is to be big, and then you just don't get to have those abs.
Well, if you get
Right.
big too, then people just think you're a fucking massive fat ass too.
Yeah, if you,
know?
I mean,
Oh,
if
yeah.
you get really big,
Like if you're
the
like a
bulk-
power lifter big,
Yeah.
you know, like those guys, like especially like when they're just walking around with like an oversized like triple XL t-shirt,
Yeah.
and cargo shorts.
Yeah, their stomach looks like a turtle shell with abs on it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like going to the gym and just seeing the cycles of those guys. Like they're always cutting, losing mad weight, and then
Yeah.
you see them balloon up
Bulking
during
it, yeah.
bulking up.
Like what is it? Like they bulk during the winter and then during the
Yeah.
summer they do their cuts.
They
Yeah,
do that
I do
constantly.
like a light version of that
What
because
is
I
it?
don't actually do like a full bulk and a full cut, but I just like I'll eat more fat in the winter.
I'm always
and then-
bulking.
Yeah,
You're always
dude.
I'm
bulking.
always
I'm,
bulking.
I'm eating like a Hollywood actor trying to put on weight for a role.
Yeah.
Remember like when Jared Leto was playing like Mark David Chapman and he was
Yeah.
melting down Ben and Jerry's and drinking it.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then that movie bombed. It was like, oh, I fucking gave myself diabetes for nothing.
Yeah.
Just high cholesterol for
Yeah.
absolutely bullshit.
Just like my like if I'm snacking in the I'm about to like start my cutting out fats. Usually it's day after Valentine's Day. I get all the half off candy, and that's
Yeah.
like my last hurrah.
Yeah.
Until my birthday's at the end of August, and that's when I start to go fat again.
Our birthday.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
have the same
you guys
birthday.
were identical twins.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Today's our half birthday. Happy
Yeah.
half birthday.
Happy half birthday.
Yeah.
The Maran Giants.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll do like snacks in the summer would be like the seaweed or something that's like nothing.
Yeah.
But in the winter, I'll do like peanut butter, something with peanut butter. It's like
Live it up with
yeah.
peanut butter.
Well, that's the thing. It's still not like terrible, but it's like just some more fatty snack.
Peanut butter's good for you.
It is, but
It's
as
good
far
for
as
you.
like snack, if I'm like I mean, it's kind of gross. Like late at night, I just have like a jar of Skippy and a spoon, and I'm just eating peanut
Oh
butter.
man, I can't do that. I have like too many eating disorders to do that.
I'll tell you what my go-to. It's not even remotely healthy, but it's peanut butter. But I dip Oreos into it.
Yeah.
Ooh, you
That's
gotta
a
get
banger.
PB Fit, and
I
then
don't-
that's
I don't-
the.
that powdered peanut.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
I have that.
If I'm gonna
I
do
use that
peanut
for
butter, I'm
shakes.
doing peanut butter.
No, I only do PB Fit. I have too
Yeah.
many. Like it's granola, peanut butter, all that stuff that has like the calories that like you don't realize, and then you're just like, I can't eat this anymore.
Yeah,
You
I do
get fucked
granola
up.
bars also. But the
worth
thing is, I'm
it,
like,
dude.
a granola bar's a healthy snack, but as I'm eating like my 6th one at midnight, I'm like, this actually isn't that healthy anymore.
It's better than like those like alternate. Like I feel like those protein bars that have God knows what's inside of them where you can't even pronounce.
Like the Quest bars.
yeah, like Quest bars. Like
Yeah.
those will give you a stomachache if you eat them too
You
many.
Yeah.
can't convince me that there's any good protein like bar.
Yeah.
I don't like any of them. They all taste like shit.
The Quest bars are okay, but not. I've started doing more of those like lean body and muscle milk shakes.
I just
more
feel,
so than the bars.
Yeah, like I feel like with the bars you can just taste like, oh, this is like a synthetic sweetness.
Yeah.
Like where it's like, oh, this is like a chemical that's tricking my brain into thinking it's sweet, but it's not really sweet. It's just
I feel okay when I do like the ones that are like like cookie dough or chocolate chip, but when they have like a birthday cake flavored one, and I'm like, this is not.
it's
healthy.
too much. It's extravagant
Yeah.
sometimes.
It's
yeah.
like those 40-year-old women when they try to lose weight and they're just drinking like Slim Fast in their coffee and
Oh,
stuff.
those like you know what I used to drink because I used to get the 6-packs and they were like cheap. Those like Boost, like Slim Fast drinks. It's kind of like
Oh,
that.
yeah,
but it's called
yeah,
Boost.
yeah.
I would get them until one day one of the guys, one of the other wrestlers I knew was like, "This is a thing that 65-year-old women eat when they can't drink when they can't eat meals anymore."
Well, it works, right? Calories a
guess.
calorie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And all those jacked girls in the nursing home.
There
That's
you
what I'm
go,
trying to be like.
Yeah, there just becomes a point where like you're never getting your dream bod.
Yeah.
At like 40, 50, just the Slim Fast shakes aren't going to help you.
Yeah, and there is something to if you don't have great genetics and you don't want to take steroids, you are going to be limited.
Yeah,
at
you're gonna
some
look
level.
like at most you can like work out really hard and look like a regular person.
Yeah.
How are your guys' genetics? What are
My
you working
genetics
with?
are fucking awful.
Yeah.
I'm fucking short and like I retain fat and I'm dumb. I'm fucking addicted
Yeah,
to
my,
shit.
my genetics are pretty retarded.
Yeah, dude. I got those retard genetics that made America so fucking strong,
Yeah.
dude.
What about what's your like family?
I guess like my parents like well my mom's Japanese.
yeah.
Those are great genetics.
Yeah,
like-
but they're diluted with Aryanness.
Right. They
Oh.
like
And then,
live
like-
to be pretty old. But
Yes.
then you got some of that radiation poisoning.
Yeah. So my mom is half Japanese. My dad is Irish and then South American from Panama.
Gotcha.
So-
Are they in like good shape?
They're all right. High cholesterol on both sides, so that's
Yeah.
why my cholesterol. So that's the only reason why.
That's
my
the only
cholesterol-
reason. It's the only reason.
Yeah, Joe's been
Yeah.
working out and eating healthy all these years, and his
Yeah.
cholesterol's fucked up
I
because of
can't.
his genetics.
All these genetics, dude, fighting against me. I should be like Arnold Schwarzenegger shredded, like all the time.
Just only eating Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, I don't get just chicken breast and rice out of little plastic containers.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah. What about you, 80? You're like, what are you like, 5'10", 5'11"?
I'm 5'10".
5'10".
My dad used to be 5'11". He's a little shorter now. He's
Oh,
gotten
so
my dad-
smaller.
Yeah.
My dad was like 5'10", 5'11".
Oh,
He's
it's
down,
fun when
he's
they
down
get
to
small.
like 5'8" now.
It's so fun when they get small.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I tower over my father
Yeah,
now.
my dad started going to the gym a little bit like a couple years ago. He's trying to get back into it, but the main thing he said to me was he's like, I just want to like get like a little bit stronger because I feel like my head is sinking and coming out of my chest like Bernie Sanders, and I don't want that look. The head
Yeah.
out of the chest
you
look.
you
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
be
yeah.
able to do shit on your own, and that's what you should really be working out to do is just so
Yeah.
you can retain mobility, maintain independence.
And also with his posture in general, my dad's a piano player and he
Yeah.
practices. He's retired now, so he practices like hours a day. So he's always kind of hunched over.
yeah, he's got to get like a standing piano.
Yeah.
Oh man, those are sick. That would be sick. I have
Yeah.
like on my standing desk at home, I have the standing desk and then I put a treadmill underneath
I
it.
have that too. Yeah,
Oh. Yeah,
I
yeah.
just did that. I started doing that this week. I got I'm like 7 miles in on that bad boy.
It's nice. It's like it honestly, but you know what? Sometimes I'll pump up the tunes and I'm like I'm not working. I'm
Yeah,
just
no,
on
I'll
my
just be
treadmill
like
now.
on YouTube. I'll watch
Yeah.
like a YouTube video, like some conspiracy video or something.
Yeah, yeah.
What did Princess Diana know? It's like a 3-hour documentary. I'm like, all right, locked in. We're going 2 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
You're a big conspiracy person. Me and Ada
Yeah.
just DM each other Alex Jones reels all the time.
Nice.
I like him.
Hey, he's a good dude.
I watched his. Have either of you watched his documentary?
Was this recent?
No, it was a couple of years ago, but maybe 2 years ago.
Like
but
a documentary he made or one about him?
It was one about him. I forgot exactly who made it. Like the name's just slipping me right now. But it was like a very good documentary, kind of pro Alex Jones, and then it made him look like. Dude, honestly, I got very inspired watching the.
Damn, dude.
They did this thing where they were like, he predicted 9/11 like months before it happened, and I was watching. I was like, this guy's fucking got something.
Yeah.
This
He's
kid's
against
got
the-
something.
he was telling us the war in Iraq was a bad idea. You're like, God damn, Alex Jones fucking rocks.
Yeah.
Sometimes good people make mistakes later in life, but it happens.
What mistakes did he ever make? Name one.
I feel like his average is still pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
so.
As far flung as his shit is, like,
Well, I feel like he's also like almost like when you watch like ESPN, these like sports commentators make predictions every day, and if you actually calculated all of them, you would see that they're almost wrong all the time. But when they get a couple right, those are the ones that get replayed everywhere because most people are just wrong in general.
Yeah.
The fact that Alex Jones was right about a couple of big things puts him way ahead of the rest of us.
Right.
It's cool because like we're in this age where the internet can prove literally anything you want it to prove.
Yeah.
Like if you have an idea, it can easily be reinforced on the internet.
It just depends what search engine you're using.
Yeah. And you know what? You know what? If you believe in something, there's a subreddit for you.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know?
yeah.
Like,
Also, have you ever seen the Twitter account Freezing Cold Takes? It's mostly sports, but every once in a while they'll put something else in where they just like they'll show someone's old tweet about a prediction about a sports thing that was entirely wrong. It's like you'll see like the best some like old scouting report of Michael Jordan saying this guy doesn't really have it, like or newspaper articles about this team has no chance of winning this year and they won the Super Bowl that year. It's made, and sometimes they'll do it about like political things, and it's just made me terrified to ever publicly say and make any prediction of anything ever, even though no one ever knows who I am. I coach youth sports, and one of the kids asked me who I thought was going to win the Super Bowl, and I was terrified to pick someone. It's because I'm like, I don't want him to come in the next week and be like, you said they were going to win.
come on, dude. You didn't want to tell the kid about the narrative the government wanted to set forward by having the Chiefs win?
Exactly. I
Right.
told them, well, actually, it's funny. So all the boys hate Taylor Swift, and all the girls love Taylor Swift. I just mentioned I thought the Chiefs were. I was happy the Chiefs won, and one of the kids I love the Chiefs. He's like, I hate Taylor Swift, so I hate the Chiefs.
Nice, dude. That's the way to do it, son.
I told him I was a Swiftie, and the girls started looking at me and smiling, and then one of the boys was like, okay, I like you, but I hate that you like Taylor Swift.
You know what? That's a good kid that can like compartmentalize
Yes,
that.
exactly.
Because I feel like me as a kid, I would have been like, fuck this face.
You can't like a girl, dude.
Yeah.
You gotta like boy music.
Yeah.
But what was it? Oh yeah, so your dad's now shrunk. Is your mom tall also?
My mom's like 5'6", 5'7", but in
Yeah.
Soviet Russia, she was always like the tallest girl in the class. Everyone's malnourished there, so she
Ah,
was
okay.
fucking towering.
Yeah. Do you have siblings?
Yeah, my brother is 12 years older than me, and he's good genetics. He's like 6 foot tall. So
Yes.
because we have my grandfather on my dad's side was like 6'4".
Oh, okay.
Damn.
And yeah, and then so it's my family, we're the tall ones, and then my cousins are like tiny people.
Ooh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Oh yeah, I have a cousin who's generally my family. I'm like the tallest one in my immediate family, and like grandfather, like as far back as we know, I'm
Yeah.
the tall. I'm the peak of our bloodline.
Hell yeah, dude.
And I have a cousin who's like 6'3", 6'4". He's not in great shape. I'm the only one in my family. Like growing up, I was really skinny, and I was the only one not overweight in my family.
Like growing up, like I was always really tall, and then everyone's like, "What are you feeding this kid?" And then I got tits, and everyone's like, "What the fuck are you feeding this thing?" It's all hormones.
Yeah.
Just
If she sticks around for the Patreon, she'll take off the sweater.
oh man, maybe.
Oh.
Our Patreon / OnlyFans.
It fucking blew up.
Yeah.
Quadrupled in price.
Listen,
Yeah.
it's all about the views.
Yeah.
You guys are good friends. I'll do it.
There you go.
What a
Yeah.
pal.
Was anyone in your family like an athlete? Because you played sports and you lift. Anyone else in your family on that at all?
My brother was an athlete.
Yeah.
And my dad was like always 150 soaking wet.
Okay,
like,
super skinny.
He's super duper skinny.
Yeah.
So that's it. But again, like it's just a different because they grew up in the Soviet Union, so it's like they weren't like unless you were in lifting, you weren't bulky. There's no point.
Yeah, because there are like Russians that are super into lift. Oh, they just start lifting a bit, and then the government's like, well, if you're gonna compete, you're gonna win, and they just allegedly give them all kinds of supplements. Let's say.
My dad had like a ton of friends who were like huge, and it's so funny to hear just like a disgustingly Jewish name. And it's like, oh, this is a huge power lifter.
Yeah.
Like Arkady Schneiderman, and he was
Schneiderman.
and my dad's like, yeah, he was huge, and he was like 6'7" and had huge muscles. I'm like, oh, what a weird name for that.
Yeah, my friend Bernie, he's jacked.
Bernie Sanders was
Bernie
jacked.
Sanders jacked. Yeah.
You seen those posts of him in like the 1960s, like bench pressing like protesters and shit.
Yeah.
Like, fucking, this is
That's
how we do it.
That's how we protest
Yeah.
Vietnam.
Yeah, I'm keeping 100% of the gains.
It's funny, our politicians are so old that what people do is they just find a picture of them from like the 70s and they're like, they're hot, vote for them.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah. I have looked back at like young pictures of presidents to see who the hot
I
ones
bet
were.
you have.
Oh
Who do you think
yeah.
was the hottest young president?
In like recently, or I mean, Franklin Pierce, I think generally gets brought up as like the one
What?
president who was
They
attractive.
didn't even have fucking photographs back then. Since the age of photography, when we have proof.
Well, Franklin Pierce is like early photography.
Yeah, right. They didn't have any photos of him. It's just
there's-
like a haunted
yeah.
looking painting.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to remember. It's somewhere around that time when it's like the first time we have a picture of a president that's not like a painting of a president. I think like Andrew Jackson's the first ever photographed president.
I mean, they definitely painted them hotter, which
yeah,
makes you
that's
think.
true.
I would say JFK.
JFK probably hottest
He had
president.
those hot
Yeah.
little privilege genes.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
Warren Harding has like silver fox, like DILF energy.
Donald Trump looks like, I think he's the most well preserved.
Yeah.
He was the cutest as a kid.
Yeah, he's adorable.
Yeah, he's kind of, he doesn't look that much different now than he did 40 years ago.
Yeah, he doesn't. He just got like fatter and like a little bit
Yeah.
older, but
Young
like,
Bill Clinton's not bad looking.
well, listen, young Bill Clinton was getting it, dude.
That's true, yeah.
Dude. He was like going
Yeah.
to key parties and shit.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, JFK probably hottest president. I mean, JFK was so hot they had to like he like won debates because of how good looking he was.
Right.
Right.
That was the famous like anyone who listened to it on the radio thought Nixon won the debate. Anyone who watched it on TV thought JFK won the debate. That's how you know you're good
Yeah.
looking. If people just hear your words and don't like you, but they see your face and do like you, that's pretty solid.
Nixon wasn't wearing like makeup and shit, and he was all like disheveled looking.
Yeah,
And he was like, I'm not a crook.
yeah.
But he was.
Who was the hottest president's wife?
Ooh, the hottest president's wife?
It's probably Melania.
No, Jackie O.
Oh, Jackie O's a better. Yeah, Jackie O I think was
I don't
better.
know,
looking.
Jackie O-
Big ass fucking hips, dude. I bet
Yeah.
she had nice firm tits, dude.
The way her
Yeah.
ass looks
Yeah.
when she's jumping out of the car after her husband got shot.
yeah, dude. Melania's
Just
tits.
watching it on rewind.
Melania's tits too small.
That's my Zapruder film. I don't watch the shot. I rewind on Jackie O bent over in the car.
Dude, Jackie O, the only thing with Jackie O is the eyes. I can't get over how far apart the eyes are. It's like early Drake.
Yeah.
Like the kind of that turtle
Yeah.
looking like just coming out of the water into
Yeah, but
evolution.
that's also
look.
like for guys, that's like the slight imperfection on a hot girl that makes us think we have a
Sure.
chance.
Okay.
Yeah.
like when your index toe is a little bit longer than your big toe.
The Megan Fox's thumb.
yeah, Megan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That fucking disgusting broad.
Yeah.
You see how people like can't like. You see how like a woman's face is like in the news, like Megan Fox's.
Yeah, the
face
picture
in
of
the
her
news
face
are like,
now.
hey, this bitch doesn't look like the bitch that we used to know. And then Amy Schumer, because
Yeah.
her Zionist views made her fucking face explode.
I saw
and now
someone-
people are saying like, now Amy Schumer's like, stop making fun of my giant fucking face.
Yeah.
She looks like Pops from Regular Time. You ever see that Regular show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she looks
Yeah.
like Pops, dude.
Someone shared a picture of her and called her Zionist Williamson. There's a basketball
cool.
player, Zion Williamson, who is most known at this point for potentially losing money in his contract because he can't keep weight off. They put in his contract, you need to be below this weight because he can't control his diet and he's always out of shape. And he might be losing out on like tens of millions of dollars because he just can't keep his weight down.
Damn, that's so cool.
Dude, for millions of dollars.
Yeah,
put
They
it
pay
down.
somebody like $1 million to monitor what you're eating, dude.
Well, he's already making millions of dollars, but there's a clause in the contract that instead of it being like, I don't know, 80, 90 million, it'll only be like 40 million. So he still is making a lot, but
yeah, I guess that's all right, dude. I guess I'd be like content being a $40 million fat ass.
Yeah.
Than like a fucking $90 million shredded guy.
Yeah, he's also like, he is kind of like a freak athlete. Like, he's like a big bodied guy who can jump and be like, do all this athletic stuff, but he's also like 22, and that's going to fuck up your knees.
It's gonna fuck
soon.
him
Yeah.
in the long run, dude.
Yeah. And he's already had injury issues. It's like, I think he's been in the league like 5 years, and he's only played like 2.5 seasons.
That's funny. Dude, you see, and then you
Set
see
for
somebody
life.
like LeBron James who's been playing for like 20 years.
Yeah.
Like, it's so funny because in my mind, I'm like, oh, yeah, that kid LeBron James.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, fuck, dude.
He's
like,
now the
yeah.
oldest player in the NBA.
That's crazy to think
Yeah.
about that, man.
yeah.
What a
And-
fucking rise, dude.
Yeah. And what was I going to say? That yeah, he's like in great shape. And Tom Brady's the other one who like played till he was like 45.
Oh, yeah.
What's real funny now, the quarterback, Pat Mahomes, who just won the Super Bowl for the Chiefs, there's like pictures of him celebrating. All these quarterbacks, when they take their shirts off, they're like Eli Manning, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Pat Mahomes. They're not in great shape because as a quarterback, you just got to have the arm and you got to be able to be mobile. It's all the like linemen and all, or not the offensive line, the big guy, like the linebackers and those guys are like 250 and shredded.
I like the look of like the dude, like the fat dudes on the football team, and it's like the shirts, like the jerseys barely going over their stomach.
Yeah. If they raise their hands, it'll come out.
Yeah,
Yeah, they got a little tank top thing going
Yeah.
on.
Right.
Like, not by intention.
Is that your thing? You like fat guys?
Yeah, I guess.
You gotta try to
Yeah,
I'm off the market.
Oh, damn it. I'm going to go. Yeah, I think that's like eventually like where it goes always with me.
Then you end up
I
dating
always
fat
just
guys.
always end up dating the fat guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. All's well that ends well, as we
Yeah.
say in the business.
But I don't mind. They're cuddly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you hate your dad? Is that why he was skinny? So you have to date fat guys?
Yeah. My father never hugged me, so now I need more.
Or he tried to, but he was 150 pounds, so you
Yeah.
barely felt it.
I just kind of slipped through.
Yeah. Yeah, I know my grandfather was like, I never met him. My dad's, he worked in like an auto body shop and like car shops his whole life, so he had some like raw strength, but he wasn't like big and jacked.
Yeah.
I think that's the closest anyone in my family's ever gotten to like being athletic.
The thing with fat guys though is just like I want to fix them. It's like let's
Oh,
go.
you
Like
can get 'em in shape?
Yeah, get them on the program.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to do that on my last boyfriend. Didn't work. Though.
Yeah.
Not until after we broke up.
Yeah. Oh, as soon as you broke up, he was like, now I got to hit the gym.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice, dude.
That's
Yeah.
every guy's motivation.
I was happy for him.
I have a friend who went through a breakup recently, and they texted me like, "Can I come to the gym with you? I wanna start lifting." And I said, "This is the breakup version of you I've been waiting for."
Nice, dude.
I've seen there's that my favorite memes are the ones of like a guy getting like publicly turned down by a girl, and then it cuts to someone in the gym being like, "Welcome to your future."
Right. Yeah, just like a horrible proposal gone wrong,
Yeah.
and he's been there.
Yeah. But yeah, are you still you actively lift now, work out?
Yeah, I've been
Yeah.
getting back into it. So I got injured. I got
Uh-oh.
fucked up because it was after the breakup, and I was like, all right, I'm going in, and I just went too hard.
Oh, dang.
I went too hard in response.
Yeah,
So-
workout injuries are the worst because it's like, fuck, this is where I come to like be healthy, and I
Yeah.
fucked myself up here.
And the worst part was it's a lower back injury, and those like really fuck you up because
Yeah.
everything's just lower back.
Yeah.
Like,
Damn.
That's my other favorite like workout like cliche is the every workout is a lower back workout
Yeah.
if you do it wrong enough. Yeah, lower. It's really like back and shoulders are the worst one. Back, you just can't do anything. Your whole body. Shoulders are like the anchor of your upper body. It's like
Yeah.
you fuck up your shoulder, you just like, well, I guess every day is leg day now.
Right. Well, I fucked it up on like RDLs, and then I was out for a really long time. I think like, oh man, like a better part of like 8 or 9 months.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then now I just like kind of started getting back into it.
Honestly, injury, when I broke my arm, that like got, as soon as I was able to work out again,
Yeah.
it was almost like absence makes the heart grow fonder. Now I can work out again. I have to work out all the time now.
It took me a minute to get back into it because I feel like once you get out, it's so hard to get back in because
Yeah.
now you're like, oh, I'm restarting from the beginning and this
Yeah.
feels like shit.
But you don't think that even then muscle memory comes in, so
It kicks in eventually.
Yeah.
It kicks in eventually.
But at first you're just like, fuck, I'm now struggling to like with what my warm up was. This feels terrible.
yeah, and it's like, oh, I'm back to square one. I'm just gonna give up.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm just gonna be a fat comic.
Yeah.
They're funnier anyway.
Yeah. How long did you lift when you were? You said you were playing tennis and what else?
I swam for a really long time, but I sucked at swimming. Oh man, I was so bad.
Yeah.
I was so bad that I was always in the slow lane. And then like kids would come to the team with me, like fat kids, lose weight, get to the fast lanes, and I was still in the same place. And then I finally quit like in college because my brother and I went to the same college, and so we were in the same swim team like 8 years apart.
Yeah.
And same coach and everything.
Damn.
And my brother was captain for 3 years, which is like unheard of for like a sophomore to become captain because he was always motivating everyone. And I would show up and everyone was like, oh man, you're Igor's your little sister. Holy shit. And then I showed up and I was like, I'm not doing any of this.
Yeah.
They had really high hopes for me.
Yeah. Family legacies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a huge legacy. And I was just like, nah. Like they were still, when I was there, again, 8 years apart, they were still on the Instagram wishing my brother a happy birthday every year with like his own
Whoa.
with his own post and everything.
Damn. Dude,
What college is this?
Baruch,
Oh,
CUNY,
okay.
yeah.
Dude, I'm so glad I got out of like college and high school before social media.
Yeah.
That would have been fucking. It was a much easier time to fucking harass people and be cruel to people.
And not have it get back to
And
you.
not have to get back to you, dude. You could just like fucking be cruel to people, and that was it.
Yeah.
Now it's like there's a fucking whole fucking digital trail.
Right.
I think by the time I was in college when Instagram first came out, but it wasn't like everything's everywhere still. Like Facebook was there, but so we would like post things, but yeah, it wasn't quite the way it is now.
Oh.
We had Facebook in college, but that was before like smartphones were out.
Right.
I mean, we had kids like, I remember my senior year, we had kids like actually get like suspended and have to leave school for like a really long time because of social media. Like, so we had this teacher, he was like our economics teacher, and he was a super Jewy guy.
Yuck.
No, like to a disgusting level. He would be like,
Always counting his gold and not like giving
Yeah.
assignments and stuff.
yeah. So he would, he literally sounded like this. And he had like this Filipino
someone
wife.
turn on the air conditioner in these tunnels.
Yeah. And his name was Erwin.
Oh, Erwin R.
If you would
Shyster.
given us like 3 guesses of what his name was, we would have gotten that. Yeah, Erwin R. Shyster. There was a pro wrestler in the 90s named Erwin R. Shyster who would come out to the ring with suspenders and a white button-down shirt and tell everyone that they need to pay their taxes. Erwin R. Shyster, his initials were IRS.
Oh, yes, I remember this one. That was my teacher.
Yeah, the
And-
most Jewish-coded wrestler of all time.
And his son, Bray Wyatt, is dead.
Dude, so this
Pretty
guy,
cool.
he had
cool.
like a Filipino wife.
Yummy.
And
What is the pipeline of Jewish men to dating Asian women? Why does that happen
They always
so much?
do it.
It's the food, baby.
The food.
I remember it explained on the Social Network of like they're all hot and they're all smart. And I'm like, I don't know about that.
They're all greedy, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what they have. They're lust for gold.
They do. They all love money.
Chinese people love gold. Dude.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Also, Asian women. That's the
Yeah.
every like famous white supremacist has an Asian girlfriend.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
they're very
What's with these
submissive.
Asian girls? They either date Jews or Nazis.
Yeah, they,
It's only one or the other.
Have you forgotten like the axis of evil, dude? Like, fucking,
But then why are they dating the Jews?
And there's different types
Matt.
of.
Oh, the axis of evil. I'm sorry.
Who do you think controls the axis of evil?
The Jews actually controlled the Holocaust. I
Yeah.
don't know why they did that.
They owned all the trains for the Holocaust.
Yeah.
Well, the rich Asians date the Ivy League Jews, and then there are the poor Asians Americans just date like the fucking the runoff.
Runoff Jews.
Yeah, the
I need to
sewage
find a
Jews.
poor Asian girl.
I'm a pharmaceutical Jew.
Yeah.
And this guy used to always wear Hawaiian shirts. And so what they did was first they had several posts, and it was one of the Jewish kids in our class, and they were like, "Oh, good job to my son Ethan, who scored his first goal in lacrosse." And then what got them fucked up was they posted a Filipino porn star, and they were like, "My beautiful wife." and they like the administration was so pissed. Like we had a guidance counselor come in, and they were like, we were gonna suspend everyone who liked it, but they couldn't because they would have had to suspend the entire senior class. Everybody was on it. Everybody loved it.
Damn, dude. Now I kind of wish social media was around when I was in high school. That would have been fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah, I was kind of like a like shitster class clown a little bit. If I was able to use social media to fuck with teachers, it would have been a nightmare.
Oh, it would have been fucking awful, dude. We would have gotten. I would have gotten in trouble for putting like swastikas and shit.
Oh yeah, everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
Good thing you haven't ever gotten in trouble in comedy for putting swastikas on anyone.
I did. I got in trouble when I put swastikas on Brandon Wunderlich's glasses, dude.
Will you like scratch him into his glasses?
No, we had my roommate True Dance. Wunderlich was passed out on the couch, and True Dance drew like some swastikas on his glasses with like dry erase marker. So no harm, no foul, truly.
It's what he sees anyway. That's how Jews see the world anyway.
Yeah.
Through swastika-colored glasses.
No, they're out to get me.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah.
But it was honestly like we had a lot of kids that got arrested our senior year for dumb shit, like not cool. Some of it cool stuff. Like there was this one really autistic kid who he hacked into the school's like pupil path mainframe where everyone puts the grades, and he changed all his C's to A's.
Nice.
Well, I feel like he's earned it if he could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just like didn't want to pay attention, but he was like, "Fuck it, like I deserve these 96."
He's
he
obviously
absolutely
pretty.
does,
Obviously, he's
yeah.
pretty smart.
And then we had another group of kids that like, there was this kid who was like, you know how there's always the school shooter kid?
Yeah.
So they took a picture of him, put it on a newscast.
Dude, bullying fucking rules, man.
And they said like shooting at our high school, and they made this fake news grab. And I walked in the next day, and no one was in school.
Oh, that's incredible,
It was like
dude.
the day before Christmas break.
So Christmas break is a little early.
Yeah, so no one showed up except for like my dumbass.
Yeah,
And I was
that's
like,
awesome.
oh,
It's so
great.
funny that kids like bullying is so fun, but it's the dumbest. It's like, hey, this kid might kill everyone. What if we made fun of him and publicly said he killed everyone?
Nice,
Like,
dude.
what's the worst that could happen?
It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, which is also cool.
We were so cruel. We were so cruel
Well,
to
it's like
people.
that's part of being in high school.
Yeah.
Is like you go through that, and then like maybe you learn empathy later on.
Yeah, but then you grow up and you're like, no one's coming to my comedy shows because I fucking called everyone a shooter.
Oh, well, you don't want your fucking high school.
Like,
All of a
damn
sudden
it.
you're doing comedy and it's like, all right, you have to bring 10 people to this thing. It's like, let me reach out to everyone in my life. Hey, where'd you guys go?
Are you friends with people from high school? Like,
No.
how are you? No.
Absolutely fucking not.
Not high school. I'm friends with a lot of kids I went to college with.
Sure.
Not that either. No, I'm not even friends with people from the past 5 years.
Facts.
Yeah.
I mean,
I have people I went to like high school I grew up with who like because social media like Facebook I got my freshman year of college. That's when I started like creating like an online network. So a lot of the kids from like high school, elementary school are people who I like in hindsight we started following each other. It's like we used to know each other. So some of them do like and react to like my posts here and there. I don't know if any of them are like in New York or where they are, if they could even like come to shows necessarily.
I've had multiple situations where I was like out in Staten Island and then I'll see someone that I went to high school with, and it's just both of us ignoring each other.
Yeah,
Like, we both
well, that's
see each other
Staten
and we're
Island
like-
has a little bit of small town feel of like people kind of stay there.
Yeah. I was gonna argue, but I'll probably stay there. So.
Yeah, well, I mean that like if I walk whenever I go back to my neighborhood, it's in Queens. Like I barely see anyone I know when I'm walking around. My high school was also huge. My high school was like over 4,000 kids.
Yeah, we had a lot of kids. We had I think our graduating class was like 3,000 or some shit.
Well,
Like
that's fucking ridiculous.
Oh, your graduating class had set just the graduate. Your senior
I
class
think
was
so.
3,000.
Yeah, it was like a lot of people.
Mine was 1,200, which
That's
is
great.
like
Mine was like 300.
Yeah.
Maybe. If even that many.
Yeah.
Probably not
I
even
might
that
be
many.
exaggerating. Might be 300. I don't know. I don't know. There were
300,
there were so
3,000.
many fucking people.
Ada's
It
got
was
those. Ada's got those
insane.
retard genes too.
I love it.
I don't know. It was a lot of people. I didn't even go to graduation, so I couldn't count.
Yeah,
Nice.
but yeah, I think in the city, in like Brooklyn, Queens, unless it's like very specific borough, maybe I think generally people like even my college friends are like scattered throughout the country.
Yeah,
now.
I feel like ours was like close to 1,000 at least.
Yeah.
We had a ton of people, but there's
Like-
like a bunch of high schools in
Yeah,
Staten
I
Island.
feel like in Staten Island, as you walk through your neighborhood, you'll see people who you like grew up seeing.
Yeah. That's why I don't walk through my old neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's like
I
fuck
walk
you
through my
guys.
neighborhood and there's like maybe some of the people in my building, like older
Yeah.
people who lived there, but like the kids are all like.
Hey, you're that
Elsewhere.
little retarded kid that
Yeah.
wanted to be a wrestler.
I saw like one of the in the last year I went back to my parents' place and like when I was on the bus I saw like a friend's dad.
Okay.
And it's like, oh, he's up in Massachusetts now, but he's like he was yeah, I see on Facebook you do comedy now. Like,
Yeah.
that type of thing.
That's
Yeah.
always awkward.
I remember
Yeah.
I sent this girl a show that I was doing in Staten Island. I was just like sending it. I was like, maybe I'll try some like old high school people. And she was just like, oh, good for you. And I was like, fuck me. Okay. Never mind. I'm going to delete this.
I think it's better when you like I don't send it to like old high school friends or whatever, so I'll just randomly get a message from one of them like they just see this stuff and they think, "Oh my
Yeah.
god, you're doing incredibly well."
right. It's a bar
Well, because
show.
no one posts. No one. I'm not posting about like open mics or like the
You
thing where I'm
should.
just talking to another. When I'm just talking to another comic, being like, "Fuck, this sucks." Like whatever. It's like, I wanted this thing, I didn't get it. No, the kids I went to high school with are just seeing I was in the New York Times. That's true. So they're just like, he's doing incredible.
right.
Everything's going great
shit
for
in-
him.
I mean, just by default, doing shit in New York is
Yeah,
like,
that too.
one of the biggest accomplishments. Like, no matter what you're doing, if you're doing it in New York, there's the mindset of like, oh well, that's where the real people go to
Yeah.
fucking
Matt's
do
a big
whatever.
star now.
Oh,
Friends of mine, like the friend.
he's on Broadway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The friends of mine that I met when I did the birthright trip to Israel,
Mm-hmm.
who were like throughout the country, I grew up in New York, so being in New York doesn't really mean much to me, but they're like, you're doing comedy in New York, in Manhattan,
Right.
you're in Times Square, you're near Times Square.
It's like because everyone in America knows New York City.
Yeah.
like it's such an iconic skyline.
Yeah.
and so much pop culture is built around New York City.
Yeah.
you know, like all the Marvel movies are
Yeah.
set in New York, and you know all the fun There's so many action movies.
Me and my New York City comedian friends went to Katz's Delicatessen this week. Well, I'm kind of a big deal.
Yeah. We got a table.
Yeah.
Joe, where are you from?
I am from California.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm from the West.
That's so much
Coast.
better.
Actually, this year's Super Bowl was the official Joe Gorman
It
Super
was.
Bowl.
Because I grew up in Leavenworth, Kansas, so I watched the Chiefs, and then I moved to California, where I watched the 49ers.
Yeah.
So this was truly a culmination.
You were torn apart.
I
watching
was
this.
a man without a country.
Did you guys see the halftime show?
I did.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
a little disappointed by the lack of titty coming out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I mean, Usher did take his shirt off.
He did. But
Yeah.
There needs to be like full on frontal nudity and penetration. in the
Yeah,
halftime
I think that's
shows
for
now.
next. That's next year's Super Bowl halftime show with Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift.
Dude, you know she's gonna do a halftime show, but only
Yeah.
if the Chiefs don't go.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
gonna be like it's a conflict of interest.
It is funny. How old are you, Ada?
25.
25. Okay, so maybe
She wasn't even old enough to remember when Janet Jackson was
Yeah.
violated at the Super Bowl.
Well-
when Justin Timberlake said, "Now for some chocolate."
Well, because for me, I was at a friend's place. I was with Robbie, and we were saying we're both early 30s. So it's like I feel like every Super Bowl halftime show, early 30s is like that's like who like the main like demographic of just like consumers
Yeah.
is. So they're always just trying to do things that we thought were cool when we were 12.
Yeah.
So like Usher and Luda and Lil Jon, that was just every like high school dance that we went to.
You know, like,
Right.
and you also want to see like that like remember when it was Beyonce and then she brought out Destiny's Child?
Yeah.
Like that was a big. You want to also see like kind of like the reunion type.
But it's
stuff.
all
Right.
for like the age group of like 30 to 35.
Yeah, and then you watch like on Instagram a bunch of millennials just embarrassing themselves, like
Yeah.
dancing to it and
like being all like fucking like overwhelmed. Like,
right.
dude, one of the things that was like crazy for a bunch of people my age. It was like those Disney Plus Star Wars shows would come out.
Yeah.
And then like when Luke Skywalker would like appear, like all these fucking like men in their 40s would film themselves crying and being like, oh man.
Man, I wish I had something to be excited
I was
about.
like, and I was just like, God, it wasn't even like Luke Skywalker. It was like a CGI Luke Skywalker. Dude.
Yeah. Well, there's
Like-
things that you almost don't realize when you're living through them, when you're just like, whatever is like there's things that are just around all the time in pop
Yeah.
culture when you're like 12 or 13 that you don't think about. But now it's like, you watch any comedy movie, it's like, why aren't they playing exclusively Good Charlotte and Sum 41 on
Right.
the soundtrack like every movie I grew
know.
up watching?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like I feel I've been there. There's so few moments of awe in my life anymore.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I feel like for me it peaked with Lord of the Rings: Return of the King.
Yeah.
When Sauron's tower fell at the end, I was like, "Damn! I never thought that would." Dude, when I was a kid, because I was like in like middle school when the first one came out, and I was like, "That's crazy!" And then to finally see it, and then the tower actually fell, I was like, "Damn! This is something else." And I've never felt anything that high since.
That's why I'm like kind of jealous of Taylor Swift fans because they still get excited about stuff, and I'm like,
Yeah.
there's nothing that I like.
Even at 25, you're that jaded?
Yeah, I'm
already?
just. I mean, it's not jaded. It's just like I don't know. There's nothing that's like
Exciting.
calling to me.
Besides a tall, fat guy.
Oh yeah, well,
I feel like that's like the internet has changed expectation too.
Yeah.
Because like remember fuck, dude. Like for us, like if we wanted to watch like a Super Bowl moment, we had to make sure it was like recorded.
right.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we wouldn't see it.
Right.
Now we can like fucking best fucking football injuries and have like a compilation.
The
video.
idea of like taping the game to watch it later doesn't
Yeah.
exist anymore. I'm just like, if I'm interested in a game and I have something else to do, I'll be following it on Twitter.
or like we'll stream it, like
Yeah.
we'll stream it on
Yeah.
our phone, like
Yeah.
where it's like, no, I don't want it to be spoiled.
Yeah.
Also, you get like now there's that wall between celebrity and us is broken down,
It's
so it's like
completely
they're not
broken.
as interesting because I
I
know
can
everything
just
about
DM them
you.
my death threats.
Yeah, I can fucking see this fucking woman's tits whenever I want.
Yeah.
Right.
It's out there. Her information is not safe on the cloud.
Yeah, there was a hero out there who recorded her through her keyhole in
Yeah.
her hotel room.
Well,
God
now you
bless
could just look it up on AI and see
Yeah.
anybody's tits that you want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, what do you think you're doing, walking around being a fucking beautiful person, not having
that,
sex,
thinking
not
that
having
we
sex
yeah,
with me?
hiding your tits from all of us.
Hey, what do you think you're doing? Yeah, dude.
Isn't like Taylor Swift trying to like sue or like get all of it taken down? I
Yeah,
think-
but come
yeah.
on, Tay Tay, let us have a little fun. Come on, Tay Tay, share the wealth.
Just shake it off.
Yeah, I mean, hey.
Male fans.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Finnegan's back.
Oh, he's wet. Yeah, he just went. Oh, he was playing in the snow.
Yeah,
He was playing in the snow. That's. Oh, he wants
Aw.
to say hi, but
gotta
say
dry
hi.
him off
Yeah,
first.
hopefully you like dogs as well as cats.
I do. I like
Yeah,
dogs
okay,
a lot.
Yeah.
'Cause this is our third Mike Finnegan.
Yes.
Nice.
Fourth mic.
Fourth Mike.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Who's the third? Well, who's the fourth?
I guess third. He's the third host.
Yeah.
There you go.
There we go.
But what would we just say? Yeah. So it's interesting. Yeah. That like the halftime shows always just appeal to like what millennial like when I was a kid growing up, the halftime show was always Bruce Springsteen because that's just what 32-year-olds back then liked.
I remember it was that one time it was like the Rolling Stones and Aerosmith.
Yeah.
There was some good shit, man.
Yeah.
We've moved away from like the rock and roll halftime show.
Yeah.
They don't really do that anymore.
Yeah,
It's
it's like
best
it's all
halftime
pop.
show ever. The I saw Kelly posted. You got
Creed?
I don't know if she was the Creed halftime
Yeah,
show.
that was a
yeah.
fun one.
That's the
That,
greatest.
well, that wasn't a
halftime
half.
show
That
ever.
was like
It was a
like,
Thanksgiving
Yeah.
football halftime show. It wasn't the Super Bowl.
It was like
Oh,
that.
It may as well.
Man,
have been.
that fucking post 9/11 patriotism.
Oh
man.
yeah.
We need
Yeah.
another one of those, man.
R.I.P. Toby Keith.
Let's make it happen.
And I mean, probably. I mean, that's what happened. That was
For you out there.
that's what the fucking government officials
Yeah. This
said.
is
20
actually a
years ago.
post 9/11 11 jingoistic patriotism podcast.
It is. It is.
We love America here. I did see Stephen Colbert. I saw a thing from the Late Show with Colbert and R.I.P. Toby Keith tribute. I'm like, what's this going to be? And he just genuinely talked about his real life friendship with Toby Keith. I'm like, okay, I think the old Colbert's back. I like him again.
That's weird, man. I saw. Speaking of like old Colbert, I saw. I watched the return of Jon Stewart.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
on the Daily Show.
Do people hate him? What's up?
No, he hasn't missed a step.
Yeah,
Really?
he's great.
Yeah.
There's some like
I heard some people didn't like
there
him.
was some like far left people who Keith Olbermann had a tweet just going off about his like both sidesism. It's like he made fun of Joe Biden for being old.
You have to. It's like,
mean,
but that's like. You have to.
I think it's some people I think just got the wrong message from the original Jon Stewart Daily Show in overall. So I think some people are like, he agrees with me and he only ever says bad things about the people I don't like, and they just don't remember that he always made fun of everybody.
And like he never claimed to be a journalist. He was always a comedian.
Yeah.
That's like the other thing. And it's just it feels more legit. It feels more authentic too. Because Jon Stewart does make fun of both sides. It's not just like it's not like what Colbert does, where it's like just ripping on Republicans and liberal. Like any Democrat is a fucking cool, fucking hardworking.
If anything, it gives him more credibility when Jon Stewart says how he feels like he is a liberal. He has liberal beliefs, but he will address elephants in the room on his own side.
You can be liberal and still have issues with the choices your party makes.
He even like within the piece like says Donald Trump is the next essential threat we need to get rid of and stop, and we need a better candidate than this old fucking whatever.
I mean, I'm cool. I'm cool with all of them. I just like the one that I hate the most is
Here he is.
Hey.
What's up, Finnegan?
The one I hate the most is John Oliver.
That's the one you hate the most?
Yeah, you're British. You don't get an opinion. You don't get a fucking opinion on
let us take
American
care of this
law.
fucking country there.
Yeah.
I kind of liked when his HBO show first came out because he did super deep dives into things that like news wouldn't do. But after a while, I felt like it just became I'm saying my opinion, and oops, I've gone too long without a joke, so here's a dog video to make it seem like I'm still being funny.
I like John Oliver has some interesting things on like timeshares.
Yeah.
And how people can get sucked into those. He has like good things about like just like supply. Like it's interesting, but I don't sit down and watch the entire episode of Last Night Tonight. I watch or Last Week Tonight. I will watch like just like the clips on YouTube.
Okay.
Where it's like, a 20-minute clip here, a 15-minute clip there.
Yeah.
I got out of those because I feel like everything that they say, there's just this whole other side that's like
they're ignored. They're not really addressing. They're not doing a full picture. I think John Oliver did sometimes early on, but I think he kind of. I haven't seen a lot of the recent stuff, but some of the more as it went on, I would see some stuff where just he would like say a premise and then do a half hour on it, and I was not sure. I thought the premise he started with was real.
Yeah.
Well, it's like
And then it's just
plastic
like,
bags. You're like, what the fuck is this?
yeah.
Shut up. What's this limey fucking piece of shit?
Wait, global. All right, so we're starting with climate change is real. Come on.
well, it's like, for example, like they'll talk about a topic that you know about, right? And then you'll be like, some things about that weren't true. But then they'll talk about a topic that you know nothing about, and you're like, this is all 100%.
That's how I feel
factuals.
about anytime I watch any news show talk about like either a sports thing or a wrestling thing or comedy sometimes, and they just don't capture what's really there. I'm like, oh, they actually don't know what they're talking about. How do I know they're talking if they can't get the WWE story correct? How do I know that they're right about Ukraine?
Right.
Yeah. It's just so funny that like with so many comedy, like sometimes it's like I felt like it was like when they brought Leno out of retirement to replace Conan.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, you need to do the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
And it's like they just can't find someone to fill the void for Jon Stewart.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, that's the other thing where I think when people got the wrong message from the Jon Stewart Daily Show, I think every late night show was like, okay, I guess we all have to be political comedians now.
Yeah. And like, well, it's also like, I think he became bigger than the Daily Show.
Yeah.
Is what happened. And it's like and like the same way, Conan kind of became bigger than, Late Night with Conan O'Brien.
Yeah.
Where but not necessarily the way Jimmy Fallon became bigger than the Tonight Show.
Yeah,
Does
my
that make
dad.
sense?
I sent my the family group chat the Jon Stewart thing, and
Yeah.
my dad, who's like kind of like an old Reagan conservative, but now he's kind of just like out on everything.
Sure.
He's like retired. He's like I don't know what the fuck's going on, and these guys are older than me who are running for president now. I texted him the Jon Stewart thing, and he said, if I recall correctly, I once said some negative things about Jon Stewart's politics. I was wrong, and I take it all back. The man's a fucking genius. He's 100% right, and also very funny. And then when I saw some left-wing people were mad, I'm like, well, maybe the fact that my Reagan conservative dad likes Jon Stewart is part of the reason some of them are mad at him.
I think it's just like identity politics that's just like,
Yeah.
swung so far.
Yeah, it's funny because my dad's like, when I tell, he doesn't follow any of the like cultural stuff. He was just an old like, things were bad during Carter, they got better during Reagan, so I like Reagan.
How's your
That
dad
was-
on Israel?
I think he's not. My
No?
family, they're Jewish, but they like.
They're not Zionists
Yeah,
like
they-
everyone
I-
else in the scene.
I think my mom's like cultural. Yeah. My mom's like culturally Jewish, but my parents, they don't. I guess they want Israel to exist, but they're not like.
But they're
super-
they
yeah.
also are pro Hamas in many ways.
They're
too.
very pro Hamas.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
again like Jon Stewart,
Yeah.
we're seeing both sides
Yeah.
here.
It was funny because my dad, any cultural thing that comes up,
Yeah.
the Bud Light thing, when I told him
Oh,
that
yeah.
conservatives were boycotting Bud Light because they had a trans person on, my dad's take on that is always, he's like, that's what fucking liberals do. when
I
when people
see.
got mad at Colin Kaepernick for
Yeah.
kneeling during the national anthem, he's like, I thought they were the snowflakes and the sensitive ones. Why are we boycotting things?
Yeah, dude.
I mean,
who
like-
cares? Dylan Mulvaney showed up and gave you a boner. Move
Yeah.
on with your life, dude.
My dad's like a one issue voter and like
Yeah.
very, very Zionist. So I grew up like in a super Zionist household. So like whenever anyone asks me my opinion, I'm just like, I'm racist, leave me alone. I grew up with it. It's too late to change my mind now. I'm
Yeah.
done. I'm
Yeah.
not weighing in
'Cause
whatsoever.
none of my families, I think my mom had like a distant cousin who was in Israel, but my mom's side of the family were Russian Jews who
Yeah.
came over in like Russian Revolution, so before Israel existed.
Dude, everyone in my family is in Israel.
Yeah.
Everyone. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So, whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna wait till the Patreon to bring it up, but I remember one time after
Great.
a show in Staten Island.
Loves to
you
bring
brought
this
up
up.
Zionism. I did a show in Staten Island. Ada, were you hosting? Or were you
I
just
was.
on-
I was
yeah.
hosting. Yeah.
And like a friend of yours from high school, I think, was there. And
yeah.
just after the show, we were just hanging out, and our friend just goes, I think as I had just gotten back from Israel, or I had been to Israel recently, I mentioned that, and then her friend from high school was like, well, didn't you want to join the IDF? And Ada was like, what? Don't tell people that.
Nice.
This
dude.
is why you don't bring friends from high schools to shows. This all just takes it back full circle.
Yeah.
I saw her recently, and I was like, I want you to know you ruined my life.
Was it just that your dad and your family was super Zionist? Just growing up, that's just the thing you thought of doing?
I just wanted to shoot guns. I don't know.
Oh,
Nice,
and that,
dude.
yeah, and that was the closest way. Yeah.
No, I don't know. I just I wanted to leave Staten Island, so I was like, I guess I'll just go to Israel and shoot guns.
Staten Island, it is really like as small town as you can get in New York, because that's like everyone in the Midwest who goes to the army is just, I guess I want to leave this shit town I'm in. So
Yeah.
that's the way to travel the world.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured, and I don't know. Like, I was just like, fuck it. Like, I'll get on a workout plan. They're all hot.
There you go.
Yeah, like Gal Gadot. She was
Yeah.
in the IDF.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, every time.
IDGAF, dude.
IDGAF.
Yeah, IDGAF. dude. IDGAF about any of this to be able to let me get in those fucking pants. huh?
Yes.
Come on, Wonder Woman. Let me nut, dude.
Yeah.
Let me
Fuck,
nut.
forget the IDF. I want to
Come
join
on.
the IDGAF.
Yeah. Come on. I'm owed this because I'm a white man in
Yes.
America. I deserve to have sex with a beautiful woman. What?
Yeah.
Well, I'm a white man in America.
Yeah.
What more do I need?
Honestly, every time those TikToks come up of those like hot Israeli soldiers, and when I was in Israel and they're just like walking down the street, I'm just like, Israel has a right to defend itself.
Yeah, dude.
Their
My
propaganda works.
My tax dollars bought you those greens.
Yeah. How come how come Free Palestine is just a bunch of like annoying blue-haired fat Brooklyn girls?
Right.
If they had hotter women saying Free Palestine, I'd be on their
They
side.
do. They have
They
those
do.
fucking hottie Hamases, dude.
The hot Hamas girls?
Yeah.
The Hamas
hot
hotties?
the Hamasies.
The Hamasies?
You've seen them, dude. They're like, come on, baby, just cut off their head.
The hamamis.
Yeah, the hamamis.
Hamamis.
They're like, I think it'd be really hot if you killed these children. They're like, okay, babe.
Come live with me. We can both be circumcised.
Right.
Cool. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. I don't know why I gave them a Russian accent there.
Why not, dude?
I mean, the what's the Hadid sisters, right? They're like super
Bella
pro.
Hadid.
Yeah.
They're pro-Palestine
Yeah.
too.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they
big
need to
time.
be spanked.
Yeah. That's the yeah. In America, I guess in America it's the opposite. Internationally, the like IDF hot, and then the Free Palestine people there not hot. But in America, it's like Mia Khalifa versus Amy Schumer. I mean,
I know it sucks. We don't
Yeah.
have the good ones.
Yeah,
we need hotter American Jews. Ada, you gotta step things up.
Mia Khalifa's.
I'm out of it.
You're out of it.
I'm out of it. I have nothing to say.
Yeah, that was very fun. I think we talked about it briefly when like all the like famous Hollywood liberals just like they'll hop on whatever this is the right humanitarian thing to say, and the Sarah Silverman's, Amy Schumer's like thought that siding with Israel was gonna be the right thing to say. They hopped right on and immediately were like, oh fuck, I chose wrong on this one.
Well, then you got guys like Brett Gelman who just like doubled down
Yeah.
more, and now
Yeah.
he's like getting all of his shit canceled.
Yeah. Oh, he is.
Watch out, Brett Gelman.
I
And he
mean,
was like a weird dude to begin with. Like,
it's a tough thing, like going pro-Israel. Do you get canceled because like far left Free Palestine people don't like you, but you're getting all the Jews in Hollywood on your side.
it's very
Right.
complicated.
Yeah,
How does the canceling work there?
Oh, I think time will tell. I think it's just going to end up neutralizing everything.
Honestly,
Everything's going to end up being kind of like neutralized, and people will like make it stink, but
Yeah.
it's all going to end up being muted because nobody can really take a stance on anything.
Well,
Yeah.
what you're gonna get is like if you have someone who's like, let's say like a black chick who's just like super Free Palestine and whatever, like you're not gonna say like, no, you can't get a job.
I would.
Well,
I got
not-
a job for you, sweetheart. Nice, dude. I like my new character of like incredibly sexist guy from like the 1980s.
Hell yeah.
Construction. Hey, I got a job for you. Hey, Free Palestine. I got something free for you.
That's gonna be the next Super Bowl halftime show. Is
Yeah.
Joe Gorman?
Just me catcalling. I just go with a wireless mic into the audience to start catcalling people.
Taylor
Hey,
Swift,
Toys.
Ice Spice, all performing with Joe on the God mic.
Hey, slow down a little bit. Let's give them a show.
Yeah. Oh man. I guess the idea there's probably some like all these like Jewish Hollywood execs that are like we can't talk about how we like the Free Palestine people are trying to cancel them. What do we care more about, Israel or making money with our movies?
Yeah, I mean, there's no question. It's just gonna be money at the end
Yeah.
of the
It
day.
always comes down to, and like, you know what, dude? It's a little piece of the desert, man.
Yeah.
Let's expand this fucking area. Right?
Yeah.
Everyone,
From the river to the sea.
There's enough space for everyone, dude.
Yeah.
This land is your land. This land is my land.
Yeah.
From the river to the sea
Yeah.
to Hamas to fucking IDF. What a good little. I like this good little song, actually.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna solve this fucking thing.
I think if we come
Matt,
up
get
with
my acoustic guitar. We got a fucking war to prevent.
if we come up with the right jingle, I think we can solve the Middle East.
DM Taylor Swift right now.
Yes. Taylor, we need you now more than ever.
Taylor, I need you to do two things. One, collaborate with me on a song, and two, let me see your most recent bowel movement. Well, Maddie, it's about that time for a feat of strength.
Yes, we have a feat
Oh,
of
hell
strength this week. I looked up. Let me try and pull this up. This is I saw. So, of course, I had to.
Please, nothing upper body strength. I have none.
Please not.
I'm
No,
absolutely
it's
none.
I saw an article. It came out a couple months after there was the RFK Jr. video of him like doing push-ups.
Yeah.
So apparently, RFK Jr. is now partnered with the fitness company to promote a workout challenge for voters, which is also him saying Trump and Biden's fitness has become an issue in the 2024 race.
Awesome. Hell yeah, dude.
The
Hell
guy to
yeah.
run against both candidates
I like
is someone who can do a push-up.
I mean, I'm not entirely opposed to that because I don't like that unless it's like a Stephen Hawking level intellect. Like I would like to think there's some, you know, there's something to be said about like a president that could be like physically capable of like handling themselves.
Yeah. So it's very funny. It's a Fox News article. I was reading it. Just all of the like little asides on the way to the actual story are so funny in this, where it's just like he's with the help of influencers like Devin Levesque, the first human to bear crawl a marathon.
So this dude just like walked like a fucking retard for 26 miles. And now he gets a job in the White House.
And famed physician and author Dr. Mark Hyman, America Moves, has set out to ignite a wellness revolution.
Mike break every hymen.
Yeah. Inspired by RFK Jr.'s own physical regimen.
Nice.
And then he's like, it's just talking about Biden and Trump's health issues.
What's the regimen? What's the regimen? Trend,
yeah. I mean, no, RFK's all natural.
Oh yeah.
He's a natty. Let me see. Getting in shape for he posted the push-up video. Getting in shape for my debates with President Biden. RFK.
Oh man.
Dude.
Fitness influencers and conservative activists champion Kennedy for his physical abilities and muscular tan physique.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
I like the tan is a thing. Like he had to work really hard to get a tan physique. You just go into a tan. Anybody can get a tan physique.
They didn't like Trump spray tans.
Yeah.
He's got an au naturel tan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some praise the videos as an inspiration for men especially, while others juxtapose the display against Biden's repeated gaffes and public falls and stumbles. So it's America Moves. They're doing a challenge where they're having people trying to accomplish so he has a few different ones for different levels of fitness, depending on where you're at. The RFK version, leg press, 5 sets, 15 reps, with one plate on each side, and adding 1 plate for every consecutive set.
Oh geez. Okay.
So by the 5th set, 5 plates on each side.
For 15.
For 15 reps.
That's like 500 pounds.
Yeah.
No, it's
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. That is 700 pounds.
5 plates on each side would be 225 on each side. So close actually, 450.
Yeah.
Pull-ups.
I do that thing where my fucking asshole bursts out.
Yeah.
Because it's too much fucking
It
pressure.
prolapses.
I'm like, my fucking ass, my fucking intestines just shit out my ass.
I mean, it's not like, what is it? Like, it's not that hard to leg press.
Right.
400.
450.
Yeah. I
450
feel
is
like
5 plates on each side.
Yeah, you
I
half
could do
rep
that.
that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I could do that.
Pull-ups, 5 sets. First 4 to
Easy.
10 reps, and 5th set will be to failure. Bicep curls, 5 sets, as many reps in 1 minute as you can.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the RF. That's it. That's the RFK version.
That's all you
Just
need,
those
baby.
3. The beginner version is squats, 5 sets, 10 reps, but it doesn't have a weight. An inverted row, 5 sets, and bicep curls, 5 sets.
Wow, that was a heavy drop.
Yeah, the beginner version. When your RFK version's a high bar.
Yeah.
And then there's the body weight version, just 5 sets of air squats, Superman holds, and a plank for 5 sets.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah. The challenge is inspired by Kennedy's own workouts, and the fitness enthusiasts are invigorated by him, according to the Super PAC. Not even.
Hell yeah, dude.
According to all the people who love him, he invigorates them.
Well, yeah, because everyone that likes RFK Jr. is like, they're mostly like younger, kind of savvier.
We're Gen Z.
Yeah.
We think he's cool.
Yeah, dude.
We don't know
Yeah.
about your uncle who got shot in the head.
This is a fun ad.
He's gonna die. He's not gonna get
he's
elected.
absolutely-
He's gonna get shot.
appearing to take a page out of the RFK playbook, Vivek Ramaswamy, who suspended his presidential campaign, throwing his support behind Trump, notably also went viral for videos working out with his wife in the gym.
Yeah,
Have
yeah.
You seen? I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen the wife in the gym, but I have seen the one where he was like jet skiing shirtless.
Ooh.
Is he in shape?
Kid, he's
He's
fun.
an Indian kid.
he has the body of an engineer.
Okay,
you know,
yeah.
he's like just
I
skinny.
want to be the president of the United States.
A real Usama Siddiqui build.
Yeah.
I see Usama. He goes to the same gym as me, so I see him there sometimes.
Did he say hi?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You made it.
Wow. Good for him.
He's like, I'll see you in the shower in 10.
Yeah. A nephew of President Kennedy and son of Attorney I have to give all of his credits before. It's the end of the article at this point. Why would you get this far and not know who RFK Jr. is related to?
Every single person just says late in
Yeah,
front
the
of
best-selling author and environmentalist has become a vocal critic. The last paragraph of the article, they're still throwing in
Hell
little
yeah,
facts
new little
about
fucking
him.
things about it. It's to help the search engine optimization.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's also one of those when you're writing an article where you just have to say the same person's name over and over
Right.
again instead of every time saying he, or RFK. It's like
Yeah.
you just got to come up with other ways to address him.
The young politician.
Yes, the young and vibrant politician.
The latest in the political dynasty of the Kennedys.
The husband of Cheryl Hines from Curb Your Enthusiasm.
It's funny that him and Larry David used to hang out.
Yeah, dude. I hope they still do.
Probably, maybe.
Yeah.
Probably,
maybe.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're still doing the show, right?
yeah.
Did they? Are they
Yeah,
still
They're
doing
on their
Curb?
last season now.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, RFK's workout plan. You guys can try the RFK Jr. workout plan at home.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Let us
If you
know
want to look
can-
exactly like him, you don't need to take anything. You just got to
No.
do some pull-ups.
It's all natural.
All natural.
Hell
Are
yeah.
we like? Is that the feat of strength? Do we do it or?
No, we don't.
No,
No, we
we
just
just
talk
talk
about
about
it.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
So this is.
Maybe
Sometimes
on the
it's like, yeah,
Patreon.
sometimes it's something crazy that's in the news that somebody did that was strong.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, we've
okay,
learned
I
our
see.
lesson from trying to do push-up contests with podcast co-hosts.
That's right.
Back in the day, me and Joe was on the Loud Boys and I was a guest, me and Dalton Pruitt did a push-up contest, and a lot of Dalton's fans in the YouTube comment section were very upset that I did. As soon as he stopped, I stopped too, and they were
Oh, yeah.
like, well, actually, Dalton was doing them this way. Matt was doing them this way. So actually, like,
Hell yeah, dude.
No one can agree on a rep.
yes,
You heard him. He has challenged Dalton Pruitt to a push-up
a
contest.
rematch.
Once again, dude.
Yes.
Dalton Pruitt, do you answer the call at the next WrestleMania? Stay tuned for the next episode of the Buff Boys to find out.
Thank you guys for listening. Ada,
Yeah.
where can people find you before we wrap up?
yeah, you can find me at hipster_doofus with 2 zeros on Instagram. But just look up Beta Detski. I think that's the easiest
There
way.
you go.
We'll leave
Hell
the
yeah.
link in
Yeah.
the
Israel has the right to defend itself. That's
Hell
the
yeah.
message Ada wants you to take away from this episode.
Go Israel.